Of your time. We are going to record this meeting, so if you know of any coaches who aren't able to attend, it will be put on the coaches dashboard, or if you need to refer back to something, that is where the recording will be. First and foremost, welcome and congratulations for qualifying for our adapted softball state tournament. Really excited to see all of you and really glad that you are here. I am Lisa Quedno. I'm the associate director that works with adapted softball. I know some of you from adapted soccer, and I think there's maybe some new folks as well, so welcome. We are going to go through some slides today that hopefully will help you have a great experience when you get to Chanhassen High School this week with your student athletes. And so at this point, Latae, you can move on to the next slide. I'm going to introduce you to some of our adapted bowling tournament staff. And then we're going to go through a few things through the participation guide. Laura McIntoon is here to help us today with some website places that will be really important for you guys to see this week. And then if there are any questions, we'll answer those at the end. So go ahead, Latea, to the next one. Again, I'm Lisa Quedno. Latea is our tournament assistant. She is in our office and has been working hard to put things together to make sure we have everything we need for a great tournament this week. So thank you, Latea, and welcome. Jim Muckenhern is our tournament manager and has been a long time person associated with this tournament, and we're really appreciative of his work to make this a great event. Kim Layton will be at the tournament to help with media, and Laura again will go through some website things shortly. A few things: brackets are posted on the Minnesota State website, and they are linked here. The tournament will be June 2nd and 3rd at Chanhassen High School. Note that there will be 2 byes in the PI bracket because of the way that it works with the first bye and then the second bye in the next round, because we only have 7 teams. Really important to note that your team roster consists of 18 players, 3 coaches, and 2 student managers. It's important that your coaches have gone through the coaches certification through the Minnesota State High School League website. That you should have had that done early in your season, and that will make you eligible to coach during the tournament. Please make sure that you have completed and submitted the tournament admittance form. I'm not sure why that's not on there. I'm sorry. It is on your coaches dashboard. It was also emailed to you last week with the information about this Zoom meeting from Latea. That will be what we use to check your team in. I know we've gotten a few back. It's a fillable PDF, so it should be fairly simple. That's also what our announcers are going to use to announce your student athletes during the introductions and award ceremony. So it's really important that we get that in and we get all of the names right with that. Please note that teams will be checked in at door number 20. This is a little bit different than last year. I know that last year you guys entered door number 1, I believe. Door number 20 is on the back side and it's actually more accessible. So I think that will be easier for you to get in and get checked in and get to the places you need to go in a timely manner. Your buses can also park on that back side near door number 20, or your vans or whatever your transportation is. So teams are going to check in at door number 20. Game information, obviously we will be using the NFHS rules and the PI and CI rules supplements. 10-minute timed warm-ups prior to the start of each game will be there. The home team for the semifinals, consolation, and 3rd place in championship games will be the highest seeded team. And the home team will sit on the first base line. Introductions, I just ask that you prepare your players so that they know what to do and they're ready to get introduced, and it's an exciting time for them, and I want them to have a great moment when their name is read. We will be introducing each team member during the first round and the championship games. Players will be announced in numerical order of their jersey, and we just ask that they move to the floor when they are announced. The anthem will be played at the beginning of the first round. And then consolation and semifinals, we will only introduce starters and the head coach. So just prepare your student athletes for that. And then some spectator information, which Laura will also highlight on our website. But I just wanted to share just to make sure everybody kind of was aware. Spectators should enter door number 1. And there is plenty of parking right near that door number 1 as well. Tickets should be purchased online ahead of arriving at the venue. It's really helpful if you guys can share that with your families. There's some great resources that Laura's going to get to next on our website that you can direct families to with ticket prices and the ability to purchase tickets right there. Food and beverages will not be allowed in the venue for spectators. It's also really important if you can help us communicate that with your families. There will be concessions on site run by the Chanhassen Booster Club. And we just ask that you share the spectator information with your families. We understand that some teams do bring in some food for their students who have dietary needs or other pieces. And we're okay with that as long as we just know that families should not be bringing in food. And Laura, I think that I will turn it over to you.
Great, thanks, Lisa. And again, congratulations to all of our qualifying teams. A few resources to share with you to help you as ADs and coaches to find information as you prepare for your state tournament trip. The slide that you see in front of you over on the right-hand side in the white, the example I have here is music. We're really talking adapted softball, obviously, today, but this is the spot on your dashboards where you will find the resources that you need to make your state tournament trip. Over on the right-hand side, and we'll work backwards here, underneath the number 3 with the big black arrow, that is the spot that all of the state tournament resources for ADs and coaches has been placed. Latea and or Lisa may send you some resources via email, but they are also making sure that all of those are dropped into this spot. After today's meeting, this is where the recording of the meeting will go, as well as the slides. So working backwards to get here, if you move over to the number 1, ADs and coaches, you both have a big blue rectangle on your dashboard that says sports and activities. When you click on that sports and activities, you're going to get some bands that look like number 2. ADs, you're going to see one of these bands for every sport that your school has. Coaches, you're going to see one of these blue bands for every sport that you coach. Again, then you're going to want to find the one that says adapted softball, either CI or PI. And when you click that little plus sign, then you get to the white screen over on the right-hand side. So again, that number 3 on the right-hand side is what you're aiming for. And like we've been doing with all of our sports and activities across the league, this really puts all of those activity resources in one place. Our emails are out of control today with things that we get from so many people, and we're trying to make it a one-stop shop for you to find all of those state tournament resources. And again, this is resources for you as ADs and coaches. Let's see if you'd move ahead. A reminder, activities directors and coaches, state tournament certificates are now printed by schools. This provides you with a lot of options and flexibility for printing those, having them for you at the right time, errors, mistakes, etc., that unfortunately you may make and need to have another certificate. ADs, on your dashboard, you have a button that says certificate printing. That is, however, a URL that once you click on that link, you could share that URL back with your coach if it were the coach's responsibility to print those certificates. They're not going to see that on their dashboard, but if you choose to share that URL with them, feel free to do that again as you split up those duties and designations within your programs. Moving on, talking a little bit about your spectators now. So as you prepare your families, communities, and community members and others to attend the state tournament, under sports and activities up at the top of the website, you'll find both an adapted softball CI link and an adapted softball PI spot. Those are very much the same with resources, except for brackets. Brackets live on the appropriate page, but a number of the other resources really cross over from division to division. These are the pages or the links that you can send to your community members and families, and often these save you a lot of time. These are sometimes the resources that you're trying to pull together. And again, our goal here is to have a one-stop place for our spectators to get to. And sometimes we need your help to get the spectators to that one-stop shop. On these pages, you will find a schedule. You'll find a nice spectator guide that is really a printable copy of a whole bunch of things that people who are coming to the state tournament might want to know. Where can I park? How much are tickets? What's going to be streamed? Kind of that handout that you might want to give your families. You'll find links to apparels here. There's streaming links, brackets are here, online souvenir programs. All of those things are placed on this page. You might notice that my blue buttons underneath state tournament information don't quite match up with what I've told you is there. That's because at this point in our office, we're still pulling some of those pieces together, and those blue buttons will continue to grow as we move toward Friday. So again, this is a great spot to send your families and your community members. A few more things to know and be aware of. Neighborhood Sports Network, which is the league's streaming partner, will broadcast and stream the CI and PI championship games on Saturday. NSPN does have a subscription cost. However, these are complimentary for this state tournament. So again, informing your families, community, et cetera, that if they are not able to watch your athletes compete, they can jump on any device on Saturday afternoon, midday, and watch those games streamed live. So thanks to NSPN for that. And again, push that news out to people as you can. Tickets, Lisa alluded to these. Again, all tickets should be purchased online. Participants need a ticket for Friday and a ticket for Saturday if they are coming both days. We are using Hometown Ticketing as our vendor for this tournament, and Hometown Ticketing allows an awful lot of great options for sharing those tickets. Hometown does allow you to print a ticket once you've bought that online. So if that helps your families to actually buy those tickets and print those out, they can be shown as a PDF out of an email, which again is often helpful. They can be put in the Hometown app. They can be put in your Apple or Google Wallet. But it's really that option that these can be printed. And a lot of our families appreciate that fact for this ticket vendor. So again, working with your families to help them know where to get tickets and how to get in the door with those tickets. Apparel, many of you that have been at a few of other tournaments this year, we are with Signature Concepts this year for apparel, and they have been doing just an amazing job with great designs and great promotion of their products. They will be on site for the tournament. We always encourage people to buy early for the best selection. You can order online. Online does come with a fee for shipping, which again, if you can buy that online is great. Hometown Signature is cashless, so credit cards and or debit cards are the option for that. And I believe the next slide has a quick look at the apparel that will be available for the adapted softball tournament. I believe that also went out on our social media today to start to promote that a little bit. So sharing those with your families is a great option also. And moving ahead, before we do, I think we missed Tim's here, was going to jump in for a minute with just some media information. I'm not sure what happened to Tim's slide, but we'll let Tim talk without a slide today to fill in a little information.
Well, no problem. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations. If you are on this call at this time of the season, that means you had an exciting year, and what a great opportunity for your communities and the member schools and your participants to be able to participate in this great state tournament event. I manage the media on site at the Adaptive Softball State Tournament, and for any administrators that are on the call, student media are absolutely welcome to cover this great event. Just apply through your usual methods. The deadline to do so is 7 o'clock on Thursday evening of this week. And there is no visible credential that's necessary on site, but any of your student media that when they arrive on site, if they have any questions or concerns or need any kind of guidance information, I will be your on-site administrator to help guide them through this experiential learning process. On site, we ask that any photographers that are on site, we'll ask them to stay in designated areas. After your games, if you, the members of the media want to interview you, we just ask you that you're away from the field of play a little bit so that the teams that are warming up next, so that they can do so without any kind of hindrance at that part of the process. Again, congratulations to all. I look forward to working with all of you, and best wishes for a great experience this week. Laura, back to you.
And I think I'll turn it back to Lisa for final comments and questions.
Perfect. Thanks, Laura. Thanks, Tim, for taking the time to join us today. I am going to drop in the chat that admittance form. It should also be on your dashboard if you are looking for it. I also wanted to just make a note. I was working with our vendor Signature Concepts, and just for your parents, no, they will be there Friday, but they won't be there Saturdays. And we will make that announcement during the events on Friday as well, just so families know when they will be there so they can plan for that if they wanted to get the apparel as an option for them. And those are the highlights today. At this time, I am willing to stay on to answer any questions you might have. Kayla, I did get your email question, and so I am going to get you some answers as soon as I can on that one. But again, you are also welcome to email me or give me a call here at the league office, or send me a note with any questions you might have. Thanks again for joining us, and congratulations. I really look forward to a great state tournament. And actually, maybe before we jump off, I will just let Jim jump in here, and if you have anything to remind them, Jim, I know you've been doing this for a long time, and I appreciate you joining us today.
I have nothing to add. I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody on Friday.
Perfect. Thanks, Jim. I appreciate that. It will be a great tournament as always, and thanks again. Have a great day.